Hello,
Hello.
we back.
So, yes, and we actually have election results. I mean, technically they're only official on Friday, but like
Yeah, it was
we
basically
we
the
know,
day
we
the day
know.
after recording that like the unofficial results came in.
Yeah. And there's some very funny news about it.
It's gonna be difficult.
So, uh which side of the spectrum do we start on? The winners or the losers?
The losers because yes,
Okay. So there was a party here in the Netherlands who had 20 seats last time, which is pretty big. Like
yeah,
it's not super big, but it's pretty big. Yeah, so one person left and now that entire party no one voted for them. In fact, so little people voted for them. They went from 20 to 0 and there were twice as many people voting nothing. So they did go to vote, but they voted blank. That's the thing. You can do that.
yeah,
Twice as many people voted blank as there were people voting for this party. Party's called
yeah,
NSA, by the way. NSC, new social contract.
yeah. The thing is, like I already said, one person left, but that person was was
Yes.
the, was the face of the
Yeah.
party.
Everyone voted for that party purely for him, which makes sense. He was a good politician. I did not agree with like I originally I was gonna vote for him, and then I found out what his like goals actually were, and then I didn't. But he was an amazing politician.
He just wasn't built for the spotlight. It was more of a
Well,
politician that would be sort of in the background doing his thing and making things happen.
I
And
don't think so though, because
well, he
he
did have
was
his
the one who pushed through in cases where the rest of the politicians didn't want to like think about it anymore, and
yeah
he
he did
would like bite through that. He would just bring it up over and over until shit was done about it.
yeah, but that's an entirely different thing than actually leading a party.
Yes,
How many burnouts did he have again?
multiple, but that's also because all the other politicians are just like working against him because they don't like that there's somebody who just keeps going.
Yeah, that as well, but
Like,
also
if you know a little bit about our Dutch crises, you may have heard of that old situation where a bunch of parents suddenly had to repay a shitload of money to the government falsely,
yeah,
and because of this, they lost their children because they couldn't like afford to have children anymore, basically.
yeah. Basically, how it worked is if you were living in the Netherlands, you would get if you have a child, and you didn't have a lot of money, you would get some pay.
Yes,
As sort of to support your child.
yes.
But
And now
the system that they
suddenly,
made would would wrongfully mark it as wait, turns out you should give it
yeah,
back. But instead of
fraud
saying, all right, you have to pay it back in bits, it was just like, oh yeah, you owe us 20,000 euros, which a lot of the people that did get it,
or more. Some of them
yeah.
it was actually like insane.
But the
And
problem
but
is,
yeah,
it was mostly people that, from what I understand, didn't really have a lot of money to begin with.
yeah,
Otherwise you wouldn't get benefits from the government, right?
yeah.
So basically, you're
So
grabbing the people that don't have a lot of money and you ask them a lot of money, and then when they don't have that, you go to their house and basically take their children away from them because they can't pay.
yeah, so yeah, and this politician, his name is Omtzigt, by the way. This is one of the things that he would continue in. He would like investigate the whole thing when all the other politicians were just like, we don't want to deal with this, basically, right? Like, obviously they didn't say that,
Not directly, no,
but
but
none of them really wanted to deal with it, and he would come again and again with more stuff relating to this until the whole thing was, exposed.
Yeah,
I want to say fixed, but I don't think it will. I think even to this day, it's not completely fixed.
not
So yeah,
completely, but partially.
but yeah,
Because of
and
course
just cases like that, he was really good at that.
he's good at that, but as I said, not really a good one to lead a party.
Yeah,
And he did
yeah.
eventually lead a
So
party, got multiple
yeah, after
burnouts.
multiple burnouts, he left politics like all the way now, and then nobody cared about the party anymore.
Yeah, and the party now just it didn't just collapsed entirely. Like it is just
Yeah. Well,
sad.
did you see the new leader's reaction? He
What?
said this movement will never die,
Oh,
or this
I
movement will
guess
never stop.
I guess you and I watched the same program then.
Definitely,
Even tot hier.
yes.
Yes. Also, quick thing about our potential new prime minister. First openly gay one.
Yeah, I found that out today. I didn't
Yeah, I
know
found it
that.
out a couple days ago, like maybe a week ago. I was like, wait, he's gay?
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I mean, there's not, I don't mind, like whatever.
It's actually good that we basically found out at that point because that means that he's just a good politician. He also has something that our previous
He was pretty open about it.
long-sitting prime minister has. Now basically the NATO guy, Mark
Yeah,
Rutte. He basically has the same thing, which is the ability to bring everybody together, which
yeah,
our previous prime minister, with his first name being Dick,
yes.
did
The
not
the
he did not
dictator.
possess the skill to keep everybody
No, but I don't think he even wanted it.
yeah.
He just wanted to run his marathon.
But it's you
Yeah.
if you're gonna run a country, you need to have the ability to bring, especially right now because a coalition needs to be formed, which is also going to be interesting to say the least. Because
Well,
there's one party that can absolutely throw a wrench into everybody's plans
are you
by
talking
simply
about
saying,
Ja21 or PVV?
VVD. If they say, I don't want to work with
Well,
another party,
funny thing, no, they can't. Because that was assuming that they were gonna get some more votes, like the way that it seemed to go.
well,
But then it didn't.
I'm assuming like we get D66, CDA, VVD en GroenLinks, PvdA. If you're not
Probably.
a Dutch viewer, you're very confused at this point. It's basically a bunch
Yeah,
of
don't
middle
worry about it.
parties, one middle right party, and one left party.
Yeah.
And the
So
middle right party doesn't want to work together with the left party because, of course, not.
yeah, but here's the thing. It seemed like they were gonna have enough seats to go through with that, like to basically enforce that.
Yeah.
But they don't. They ended up not having enough. Like it didn't go as it seemed it was going to go.
Yeah. Also,
So
the person they've assigned to basically go to each party, ask, all right, what do you want, and to try and form a coalition. Is a politician. Well, used to be a politician himself. Currently, I think is the CEO of the Dutch railway company, like NS. The one that operates the trains. And we don't know how the Dutch train system is these days.
Amazing, incredible, no
Amazingly
complaints.
shit. But I'll get back to that because I do have some train stuff to talk about.
Yeah, but first we'll get through the politician.
Yes.
You know, I did say like, do we start with the losers or the winners? And we kind of, if we start with the losers, maybe we should actually keep to that and go to the next like party to focus on. Because we're kind of going off the thing already, talking about the president.
Yeah.
So which party do we talk about next? If we started from the losers,
Uh,
I don't think there's any other really significant loser.
let me take a quick look.
Well, there are, because there's no like super big party this time, but you know.
Can I? Alright. Can the news app?
I know that like FA Day got slightly more, which okay. Um
There, if it wants to load.
ja,
No.
21 got slightly more. And then I mean the BBB got halved, which shows that halving something is absolutely a possibility.
Yes.
And then we have simultaneously a winner and a loser. GroenLinks PvdA.
Well, I have the list of parties that basically, like with NSA,
Bring
which
it up on
lost
the
20
bring it
seats.
up on like on the screen.
Well, I have it on my phone at the moment.
Oh.
Yeah. Then we have Volt, which also halved. It went from 2 seats to 1. So, you know, that party already didn't have a lot, but now they have even less.
Yeah.
Then we have 50 plus, which is basically the party for the old people.
Yeah, they returned.
They got 2 seats as well. They got 2 seats, so that's a thing.
Huh.
Then we have SP, which is basically the actually just straight up socialist party. What? Is it like? Yeah.
SP.
SP, the party to call cats. Yeah, it is. It is a socialist party. Those have gotten 2 seats less. They went from 5 to 3. Then we have Christiani, which is a Christian party. They
Yes.
remained at the same level, same as the Party for the Animals.
But it's not the big Christian party. We'll get to that.
Yes. Then we have SGP, which is also a Christian party.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah, that's the bigger one.
They've remained at 3. So, you know, all relatively small. As so to speak. Then we have BBB, which went from 7 to 4. So not entirely halved, but pretty close.
Yeah.
And then we get
if you rounded the 7 into an 8.
Yeah. Then we come to F8A, which is a party which, in my opinion, is just weird.
Wait, they're bigger than BBB
They
now?
have gained 4 seats.
Huh.
They went from 3 to 7.
That is not that surprising.
Yes. But then again, basically the only people that vote on those think that they are better than everyone else.
Well, yeah, but the reason it's not surprising is because they kind of thrive when there's a lot of like protests and stuff, because then they also get involved in like all
they
that
thrive on
shit.
controversy, but that isn't a reliable way to run a party. Because as soon as there's no controversy,
we've seen last time.
Yeah, exactly. Then we have Ja 21, which I think is a
they had quite significant growth compared to last time, right?
I think they went from
1 to 9.
Oh, yeah, 8 seats even. Then we have CDA, which I think is it a Christian party?
Yeah, that's a Christian party.
Yeah,
that is the big Christian party.
They grew a lot with 13 seats, going from 5 to 18. Then we have sort of a, as you said, winner / loser at the same time.
Yeah.
We
need to linger on this one for a moment.
It's basically 2 parties combined. That's already a thing. So you
Yes.
have a party that consists of two parties together. They lost a total of 5 seats. They went from
Well,
25 to
yeah.
20. And then their
Here's the thing with that.
leader left.
Yeah, their leader left before the results were even fully out.
Yeah, but it already, like, the unofficial results
Which,
were already in, which already indicates, quite a bit. And that already
yeah,
said
yeah,
that,
yeah.
yeah, you're not becoming the biggest
But
one.
but I don't know how to feel about that decision because on the one hand, I kind of understand like, oh, okay, I didn't really help the party apparently, or these people feel that way. Let's hand it to someone else. But simultaneously, people still voted for him.
Yep, those votes are all gone
So
now.
so that part of me wants to say, fucking do your job. They voted for you. Do the thing.
Yeah, but it's remember, we're talking about
If you
politicians
can
here.
do a cringe ass dance on TikTok, you can fucking listen to your voters.
That is very good point.
And yes, people, he actually did this. He did this stupid ass dance on TikTok just to get votes.
with the now new party leader.
Yeah, with with the other party leader.
The thing is, because it's it's basically two parties combined. The person from the other party is now taking over.
When I saw that, all I could think was just like, they need to fire their marketing guy.
Yeah.
Whoever came up with this needs to be fired. Like this, no.
Doing a cringe TikTok dance to gain viewers is not the way to go.
And I don't use that word like ever. So the fact that this gets me to say it says a lot.
Yeah. It's also a little bit of like, I understand you want to fit in with the crowd. You want to get
Okay, but
viewers.
then that's where I bring up that he looks like Father Abraham.
He looks old. I think he is old.
Is not gonna get the attention of the kids.
No, also, he was kind of like, I've seen a tiny little bit of a debate with him, and he was just almost screaming, like he angry. Which, as a politician, you should never scream.
Well, I mean, I've seen that be effective sometimes.
Yeah, it's especially in times of controversy or
yeah. I'm not saying
times,
I agree to it.
Then it's often a result of people want stuff fixed. Person A screams the loudest. We're gonna vote for him because he actually says what needs to happen.
Yeah.
You get
that
stuff, and that's how you end up with a world war. It's basically how that happened.
Continuing on, what
we have then a big party who's gotten slightly smaller with losing 2 seats, going from 24 to 22, which is VVD, which is a
but that is their biggest drop since like the 70s.
Yeah, they haven't been smaller since the 70s. Yeah,
like that is insane. I'm not even sure what happened. Did they change them? I didn't really pay too much attention to them.
First of all, they no longer have Rutte.
Of course they don't have Rutte. Yeah, they have her, and I guess.
And she, in my opinion, is just not that good
I guess
at politics.
Already, yeah, it is because of her that I was already like, well, it's not gonna be it for me.
Yeah, you basically have somebody who is kind of. I haven't really heard anything from her at all, even.
Oh yeah, I have actually.
Ah.
Probably
bad if you say it like that.
Yeah. I wouldn't say she's very convincing. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me.
And I'm not the only one who thinks that. Her own party thinks that.
Why don't you just put her out of the leader role and just put somebody more confident in there? Like, you're a political party. You consist of a lot of people. If your party thinks you're not fit as a leader, then you shouldn't be a leader.
Yeah, I don't know either, man. But anyway, yeah.
On to
And
the
then,
next one. A very big
yeah.
loser as well.
Yes. Well,
Which,
compared to last time.
compared to last time. Then they were the biggest. Now they're the second largest, tied with the first one, which is Babyface, a right-wing part, like very right,
Yeah.
with a leader that just basically said, "We're gonna fix this." Then in
Yeah.
over 1.5 years, nothing got fixed. Then
Yeah.
migration came up. Then the entire government basically collapsed.
Yeah. Yeah, we had some fun with one of their ministers in our early episodes.
Ik ben beleid.
That exactly.
That.
I
I'm
think the
gonna fix.
title even is like the $500 haircut or something. Hold on, let me check.
Yeah, but also wasn't it the basically the minister of migration who said that part of migration wasn't in her job description?
Yeah. What was it? What
So
was it
basically
again?
saying the job I was hired to do is not in my job description, so I don't have to do it.
Yeah, but that was for like working migrants. I like.
Yeah, but it's still part of migration. It's still part of people moving in and out of the country, so it's still part of your job. And if you're saying yeah, that's not my part,
Okay,
then
I don't know which episode it was. It's not in the title apparently.
yeah, but YouTube still things with the recommendations that we really like to talk about haircuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Because
what
it
happens
keeps
when you let
coming up.
AI do its job.
If it keeps coming up, I'm probably gonna be here again after this episode as well.
Yep.
Now we've talked about it again. Yeah. Anyway,
Well,
yeah,
on to the biggest party.
yeah,
The
and
biggest
that's probably the
winner with
biggest surprise.
they increased with 17 seats, going from
Yeah,
like I think 11 to no, wait,
26.
9 actually. They went from 9 to 26,
Yeah,
and
which is
it is
probably the biggest surprise.
It is. I think it's maybe like around a center party, so it's not left,
Yeah,
not right.
so
Just
because this party has been there for like forever, and they've always been pretty consistent, but they've been consistently middling in terms of popularity, right?
yeah.
And now suddenly, out of nowhere, they are the biggest.
Yes. And
Which
as I previously
I think was a
said,
surprise to everybody.
the first, like basically the way the government works here is after the votes are in and the biggest party is decided, then they
Oh
get to
yeah,
go first in trying to get
yeah.
a coalition going, because they actually are the biggest, so they have the highest chance of finding other parties to try and get a majority and form a coalition.
So yeah, so basically now we get a whole lot of nothing for about
Well,
at least half a year, probably.
we don't get a whole lot of nothing, we get a whole lot of almost.
Yeah, for probably at least half a year,
Probably
if not a
longer.
year.
It's gonna take a while. But once, as I said, the first party, because it's the biggest, they also I think get to choose the prime minister. Like
Yes.
who gets to basically be the big one.
Yes,
the face of the country.
Wilders, this guy is actually probably gonna have the spine to actually do it.
Yes.
Because here's the thing. There are people, and I'm sure if there's like people that vote PVV watching this, they'll probably disagree with me. Because
if you
they're
do,
just
leave
gonna
a
say,
comment.
"Oh, the other parties didn't want him to be president." The truth is, he doesn't want to be president, and the reason he doesn't want this is because he does not have the balls. Because then suddenly it's his responsibility. If something goes wrong, that is suddenly his responsibility, and he does not want that because then he can't complain about it.
He knows that if he does things in a certain way, it's gonna go wrong and things are gonna get messed up.
Yeah, and that's not necessarily because I hate him, right? Like I disagree with him on a lot, but he has some points that I could agree to. But the truth is just that he is not just he does not have the ball. That whole AI thing that we talked about last week convinced me. Like that just proved it to me. He does not have the balls.
That proved the immaturity of the
Y-
politician himself. You know,
Yeah.
like that proved that he was not cut out for you know the entire thing of being being an actual politician.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. He can be a good politician. If you look at some debates where he's actually got something to work with, like something that can actually happen, he's really good. It's just that he never wants shit that can happen. He knows it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, because what he wants is basically just see all those migrants. Not anymore.
Yeah, and the thing is, that's the you know it. I know a lot of people think that is the problem, and yes, it is. It is partially a problem in the Netherlands, but it's not that big a problem.
Also, if you
Especially
got
all those people that say, "Oh, they take all the houses." No, they take like 10%
well, there is.
or 12. I think 12. I think the official calculation on it was like 12%, and it was very funny because all the leftist politicians were like, "Oh, it's like 5 to 10%," and all the right politicians were like, "It's 20 to 30%." It's like, no, it's 12%.
Yeah,
Both are wrong.
the amount of migrants that they are saying is like illegal is or
Yeah,
just actually like escaping a country at war or something.
yeah,
That is ridiculously small compared to some
yeah,
people that come here for like work, studies. I think is the biggest
yeah.
portion actually.
Yes.
People that come here for studies because So if you
Hmm.
were to say get rid of all immigration and actually pull that off, which would be impossible, you would not only cut off a huge amount of knowledge, which the Dutch economy runs on, by the way. So
Yeah.
if you cut off all the knowledge that comes in from other
Well,
countries,
the thing is, like these students, they after they're done with their study, they go back, right?
some do, some don't. It all depends
Yeah,
on.
yeah, not all though, but most of them do. But the truth is that would cost actually that would cost the Dutch economy quite a bit of money just because they live here and they buy things and they pay for their school.
Yeah, it's just another
But there's a
person.
bigger thing. What about work? Like the workers, the working migrants.
Yeah,
Because our country runs on those.
yeah.
Because we're too lazy to do anything ourselves.
Well, there are a lot of jobs, especially within like agriculture, especially during the
Exactly.
spring. It is well
Yeah,
known that
like
a lot of people from Poland just go over here just to
not
do
just
some
Poland,
manual labor. To
Hungary, uh,
from Eastern Europe, basically, they get
yeah,
over here, do a lot of work. Like they work a lot.
Italy as well.
Yeah, like they work a lot, and I'm not talking about like our 40-hour work weeks. No, they put in like 50 to 60 hour work weeks.
Yeah.
They work
Well, not.
hard,
Yeah.
especially if they're in something. If they're in more of the like, for example, welding stuff. Like
I
in
will
a
say,
workshop, they
uh,
start
I've
early.
I've yet to see that over at my job.
Yeah, but you live in the middle of nowhere.
No, 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 no. That's not what I mean. In terms of working migration, actually, I know there's quite a lot of them around here. But at my job, at some of my past jobs, yeah, they were effective. My current job, eh.
What are they not doing a whole lot?
No. And the ones that do don't really know what they're doing.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Uh,
overall they are literally like a major part of our economy. Multiple companies have actually already spoken out like, "Hey, we kind of have a lot of them and we kind of need them." So
yeah.
don't kick them out.
Like a lot of, if you go towards like first world countries, it is more often than not true that basically from like third world countries, people go to the first world countries to work and like, do the dirty jobs, the jobs
Yeah.
that the people from the first world country are basically feeling too rich and snobby to actually do.
Mm-hmm.
Like working in a field, cleaning. Like, how many cleaning people do you know that are actually Dutch? That are full 100% Dutch? Because it's not a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's more often than not just people that are like, they came into the country with their kids, they need money, so they're gonna, you know, get the money from working a job, and what job is available, cleaning, then they'll take it.
Yeah.
Like, they take every job possible because they need the money. And if they don't get the money, then, they're gonna have to leave again or other stuff. So that's, if you want to get rid of migration, it's like, sure, there's a small group of people that are causing trouble. That is just a fact. But I feel like it also has a cause. It's very rare that they cause problems on purpose. It's more often than not necessity. You put them in a big room with a lot of other people. You give them very little privacy, very little help, and are then surprised that they act up. Like, I'm sorry, but that's just your own fault at that point.
Yeah. How did we get to this again? Oh, right, because working migration apparently is not migration according to our Minister of Migration.
Our previous one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was an awesome statement.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, but migration isn't part of my job as Minister of Migration.
Oh my god.
Like, you're saying that your job isn't your job. Like, no wonder people were like, what? People were just confused.
Oh well, people already were that when she said "Ik ben beleid."
Yeah. But, yeah, now
We
it's
should
currently.
translate that. Hold on. I am what's beleid? I am regular. No, not really regulation.
I want to say the law, but that's not really
Yeah, well,
true.
it almost is. I am the law.
Yeah.
It's that is not entirely it, but let's just say yeah. It's as if like an English politician were to say, "I am the law." Yeah.
Yeah, it is scuffed.
That's
Like,
a
it is
super
not a
word.
surprise that she basically caused a lot of trouble. And I think she was also the one that caused the government to fall, because I think it fell on migration the first time, which is the entire reason why we got to vote again. Otherwise, it would have taken like 4 years before another election came up. Because that's how it works here. You have a government that's in office for 4 years, they get elections again. It's to prevent very long terms. But if government falls, we get to re-elect sooner. But yeah, I think that pretty much concludes the political side of things.
Probably.
On to train related things. Because boy, do I have stuff to talk about. Regarding ambulances and pairs, of all things. First, you had near Amsterdam a train colliding with an ambulance. The ambulance was empty, nobody was harmed. Like, people in the ambulance actually managed to get out safely before anything happened. But still, major damage. A lot of trouble. There's a busy corridor, so a lot of trains didn't go. Then, this was it this weekend or last week? A semi-truck containing pears. It was just doing its business. It had to turn around, so it decided to turn on a railroad crossing. And you can guess what happened? There was a train, and it was on its way. And truck driver panicked. Didn't realize that if you were to ever get stuck on a railroad crossing, you should just move, break the barrier, damage your car a little bit, but it's less damage than if it were to get hit by a train. Because the trailer part of the semi-truck got slammed into by a train, damaging the train heavily, derailing the first part, absolutely demolishing the trailer and part of the tractor itself. Then also the tracks got damaged, and another train came by and I think scraped the first train, which just had some paint damage, nothing major. But you end up with a collision that has 2 trains involved. And of those 2 trains, is one heavily damaged. And with that, there were no trains from the south, well, part of the south to the north. And first they said, alright, it happened like I think Wednesday. Basically, alright, Friday it's gonna be fixed on Friday. But then they said, or not, it happened around I think Thursday or Friday, and then it said Sunday it's gonna be fixed. Then that Saturday they said, nope, it's gonna be Friday. It's gonna take another like 5 extra days because the tracks are actually damaged. So yeah, that kind of apparently people are forgetting how dangerous trains actually are. They're a couple hundred metric tons of mass rolling with steel wheels or tires basically on steel. So very low friction. At high speed. They don't just stop. If you're going at a decent speed, you basically have to brake a kilometer before the train station just so you can have a smooth stop. But yeah. Luckily, I didn't suffer from that much trouble when I went by train this weekend. Because on Saturday, I went by train on basically the entire weekend, with Saturday being the entire day and Sunday, because through friends we basically managed to get a ride in the actual train cab, although we had to go across the country, so it was a couple-hour drive. Luckily I like driving, so I decided I got to do the driving. We arrived there, went in the train. Train got a little bit busy because of a football match, but Also, the toilet wasn't working. Fun, especially if you have a lot of drunk people that do not understand that a toilet can be broken. Like it just wasn't operational. Well, broken is not particularly the right word, but out of order. And eventually, one of the train systems in the train we're driving in stopped working. And eventually one of the monitors had a leak. Like, seeing a monitor leak is kind of scary. Because you see like a little black or white blob just emanate from the center. And just slowly take over the entire screen. Pretty cool to see, pretty scary to see as well. Luckily, after resetting the train, like actually like turning the battery switch off, which was fun because then the three of us were in a very dark train with no power or lights or anything. Just three people in a train, flashlights on, vibing. That was a weird experience, and would definitely do it again. It's sort of fun. Because you're really realizing, like, oh, this is trouble. But then after you're in there a little bit, it becomes more like, oh yeah, there is trouble. But the trouble is very manageable. So we are just not gonna... Like, we could still drive. It's just that when we eventually arrive back, the train had to be switched out for another one because this one was going to be parked and repaired. You know, pretty easy stuff. Is it a fun experience? We do it again. I'm tired apparently. Probably because I haven't slept enough.
Same.
Because yeah. Also, I have the same problem I had before at work. I'm running out of work again. I don't know how I keep doing it. Either I'm too quick, or the drawings just aren't coming quick enough. So yeah. But hey. At least we have work, right? At least we have a job.
Yeah.
Because job is kind of important to have.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're getting an intern next week at my job, which feels really weird to me.
Oh, cool! You get to be on the other side. You get to be the employee instead of the intern.
Yeah. You know what's more fun?
What?
They're from our school and from our course, which means I'll get a teacher visiting.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
You can guess who I'm hoping for, but I don't think he knows second-year students because it's a second-year student.
A second-year student. Who could that be? Possibly. Yeah.
Like, but hey, it'll be funny regardless.
Yeah.
I think only two of our teachers know that I stayed and that I work there now.
Yeah. And
unless they told the others, which is possible, I guess.
Our previous mentor, you know.
Yeah, my parents told him because my father actually met him recently at like a convention.
The OSCOM?
Yeah. Like my father was there because of his work, and then Oscar was there like
private or school?
Because teachers because students were also there. I think it was like for like a sort of school trip to this convention. Basically, and there my father told him, and then of course my previous intern exam person.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Like, of course, they know you stay there because, they were there, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious if somebody will ever come to our place. Like, from Although the stuff that we do is kind of advanced and not really related to our study. So
I'm hoping to get someone to just dick around with talking about school.
oh yeah, that will definitely come up. You should ask if they. You should ask for them if they ever like if they've seen a bush person sticker.
I should ask him if he go if it's I don't know if they still do this where they like it's like a 4 day
No,
thing and then
they
one day
that
at
switched to
school. I don't
that
think
switched
so.
to 5 days while we were there. Unless they
That's
switched back.
unfortunate. Because I should ask. I don't know if it's a him or a her. I'm gonna assume it's a him considering we only had one girl in our class. Uh,
Yeah. The downside of
I'm
mechanical
gonna
engineering or any engineering in general.
ask them to ask the teachers about the meaning of life and to see if they'll know. Well, I guess I won't get to find out unless it is still a 4 day thing. In which case, I would find out. But
It's gonna be funny because they're like,
if he ever has to go to school for any reason, I'll just ask him like, hey, ask every teacher you see about the meaning of life, and tell me if they are like, hey, we had another student that also asked that.
yeah,
Because yes, for the viewers, I asked all of our teachers about the meaning of life because it was
with
funny.
with a variety of answers.
Yeah, yeah, some of which were more depressing than others.
Yes, but hey, as long as there's good food, right? But yeah,
Sure.
like if the bush person sticker is still on the door, like that one would be the most surprising.
I mean, I would hope not.
Also, what I've been doing when I go by train is if I were to find a like if there was a trash can nearby, because modern Dutch trains don't have a trash can near the seat anymore. They have one at the door instead, which is a lot better for the maintenance people, because instead of having to go to every row and grab and open a trash can there to see if somebody may have put something in it, you can instead walk to the door, open that big trash can, take the stuff out. But if there's a small one, I would grab one of my stickers, the bush person stickers, and put it on the inside of the lid of the trash can. Especially on the trains that are about to go out of service. Because they don't really clean them. They just make sure, oh, this one is empty, well, we'll just sell it that way. That's the easiest way to do it. So then we get people that buy a trash can, open it, and just see a bush person sticker inside. I wonder if I would eventually get viewers from that. Just like they found my channel through the lid of a trash can from a train. Saying that is kind of weird, but at the same time, absolutely hilarious. Well, let's see, what else? Because I have one more thing on the list. Because I once again made a list. And that has to do with water. Because, you know, the Netherlands is known for its very high quality tap water. You know? However, in our most central province, or actually city, like the capital of it, Utrecht, there was contaminated water. Like, apparently I'm not sure how it happened. Most likely, the scenario is that some of the filtration sort of failed. And then they basically said, alright, you can still drink water, but you have to boil it first. You know, to get all the contaminants out. And
I know what this is. Yeah.
Then people started hoarding bottled water, because what else do you do if you have to just boil it and stick it into your freezer for a bit?
Just boil it. It takes like 5 minutes.
Not even if you use a kettle.
Yeah.
Kettle. The only problem would be cooling it down. But you have a freezer, you shove it in the freezer and forget it for a bit.
Here's the thing. We've had this before. You know what we would do?
What?
Boil a bit. Boil just water. Put it in a can. Like in like a, like a, just to put it in somewhere. Put it in the fridge.
Yeah, cold
Or even
water.
just leave it out. Because it's whatever. And there you go. You got like 3 liters of water that you already cooked. So you can just use it whenever you want.
Yeah, you just cook a metric fuck ton of water and just bottle it.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
And because you took it out of whatever your kettle or your water cooker or whatever shit you got, you cook it out, you can immediately do another batch.
yeah, you can just continuously cook water. And in the
So to the
meantime,
people that say like, oh, but what do I do in the morning when I don't have time? Well, you do it in the evening.
yes. Or, you know, you're right,
It's that simple.
you do the smart thing and just drink a lot of tea. That's boiled
Embrace
water.
British.
You know, that's boiled. Tea is basically just flavored hot water. Like, that's just what it is. Unless you let it cool down, then or have iced tea, then it's flavored cold water. But most likely or not, it's just like you already have to boil the water. That's what kettles are used for, tea or coffee, depending on, you know, if you have like that powder that you just dissolve to make tea or coffee actually, which I don't drink coffee, but according to my mom is the worst version of it. But yeah, it is not that difficult to make a lot of water hot and then a lot of water cold. It's just a matter of boiling and, as you said, Jim, shove it in the fridge. Or if you're too impatient for the fridge, put it in the freezer, forget about it, and then have a block of ice. Like, that's also something you can do. You can just make a block of ice and then shove that in like a big bottle or freeze an entire bottle and then set that out. Now, even if you don't have a lot of water bottles around, just grab like, let's have a soda bottle. It's like 1.5 liters. You know, that stuff. Then instead of throwing the bottle away or turning it in for the 25 cents deposit that's on there, you just fill it with water again. You know, that's a thing you can do that I think a lot of people tend to forget. Like, you can actually do, like, you reuse those bottles. Of course, not too often because it would result in microplastics. But hey, they're already in our blood, so I guess at that point it doesn't matter, right? But if you do it that way, then you have your big bottle, which you can use for various purposes. And you just fill it with water, and boom, you now have a lot of water. And it's frozen. And they take it out, and they can drink a little bit, and it's cold. But then you wait more, and it melts. It's easy to circumvent, but people are just lazy. That's basically what's happening. Like, it's a lot easier to buy some, like, a lot of bottled water. So you don't have to go through all the trouble of bottling it yourself. But yeah, that's pretty much all that was on my list.
Yeah, I mean,
There's still
the elections were really like the big thing. I guess we could talk about like if we want to the Marco Borsato situation.
ah. You mean the musician who was accused of touching a
Yeah,
15-year-old inappropriately? That entire
yeah, because
situation is a
he
bit weird, though,
because
because
after 4 years he made a statement on it,
well, the trial is finally
and
happening.
yeah, and he made a statement on it,
Yeah,
and and his defense is not really a defense at all.
he's just
It
saying I
like
didn't do it.
well, he's saying that. Well, no, he's not even saying that. Because he's also saying, oh, no, sexualized shit was just normal in the household.
Yeah,
Okay? That does
then
not excuse you
you're
having sexual shit going on with a 15-year-old.
you're still because I think wasn't the mother the like pretty much what do you call it, like the leader of the fan club?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had good contacts. But like from what I've heard, the child would film the mother in the shower, like naked, of course,
Well, okay, we should
and
also
also the
mention
other
these
way
are all
around.
his statements. I don't think it's been proven true.
No, but that makes just the
But,
entire situation seem a bit like
yeah.
both him and the mother should be in quite a lot of trouble.
Maybe, but the thing is, it doesn't even really matter if all that is true because for
He,
him,
he's still
it's
touched.
like, yeah, he still did it. Like, it's
Like,
still inappropriate.
yeah, it doesn't matter anymore because, well, you know, you did it, and then you,
Like, even if they, because one thing he said, like, oh, they like to like walk around the house naked. Okay, that's on them. It's their house.
yeah. But if you know that, and you know they're underaged, like, the
Yeah,
best
they'll
thing
give
you
you
can then
the
do is
to
say, all right,
fucking like touch them and like,
yeah, or just the easiest situation would be, all right, I'm not coming into this house anymore.
yeah, yeah, just choose to disengage. There you go. Problem solved.
Choose to, like, you can say no to a situation like that. You don't have to, you know, touch children inappropriately.
Yeah, you got Roblox for that.
Yes, there they'll actually defend you,
Yeah,
which is
it was just on the
horrible to
it was on
say,
the wrong platform.
but true.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're basically catfished by somebody trying to get you arrested for being a predator. Oh well, we can't be having that now. Time to block the person hunting the predators. But oh, that turned out to be a YouTuber, and he's actually, making a bunch of complaints about it. Oops, now we have a massive controversy on our hands. That's basically how that situation went. That shows that Roblox is not a safe program for your or a safe platform for your children. So please be slightly concerned about what platforms your children are on.
In fact, if they're below like 6, don't give them a screen.
6, that's early, mate. Well, I
Yeah, no,
guess
that's why I say don't give them a screen, like just at all.
if they're above like 8 or something, like you can maybe give them like a tablet that they can occasionally use. But
Honestly, no, no, even then. I guess I guess okay. I guess maybe a tablet. I don't know.
like
Give him a
like
DS.
yes, like give
Give
them
him a
a
DS and only allow them like half an hour to an hour on a day.
that is that is for a child. Like I speak from experience. When we first got our tablets, like me and my sister, we were only allowed for like 2 hours per day. And I have to tell you, it was torture because we actually set like one of those like cooking alarm clocks, one of those eggs for that. Well, because
Yeah.
it's convenient, it's an easy, it's a clock. It all let's do is tell the time, like tell how much time has passed. Which in this scenario was if it you had been on there for 2 hours, then no more. Although of course you could very easily, you're a child, you're gonna become sneaky. You're gonna try and circumvent those 2 hours because you want more. So you're gonna try and find a way around because that's what children do. They try and find a way around the rules so they can play games longer. She also teaches children how to be sneaky. It also depends on how strict you are, because if the punishment is just a stern talking to, then that's not going to do a lot. And if you're just saying don't do that anymore, then no. I feel like if you're gonna put a limit on screen time, you should also say, all right, if you break those rules, then depending on how
Hello.
bad it is, the
Hello.
next
Our post-it has arrived.
the post-it has arrived. Yay!
I'm still a post-it. Come on.
Yeah, Jim.
Look, man, I'm busy drawing a thumbnail, okay?
A thumbnail for what? Not the podcast.
For my Silk Song video.
At this point, the shirts are here sooner than the post-it is changed.
That is true.
And that's quite something.
True, yeah.
The shirts actually arrived, which
Like the shirts is like our GTA 6 at this point, but it actually happens. So
yeah. But that's a good point. I guess we could talk about that after stream, because it does require a not so minor amount of planning.
yeah.
From all sides, because
Yes.
both of us need to have time to actually
We-
travel.
And we need to cook.
Oh yeah, the cooking has to happen.
Yeah, I want to make the Big Bang burger that I hope is in there.
We need to cook.
and Sojiro's curry.
But the thing is, if you come for one day, we have time for one meal.
Yeah.
Well-
Because we eat only once.
We'll talk about that after the podcast.
I can take
Okay.
vacation.
Yeah, I'm not
Just
doing
be
that.
here for like 2 weeks to cook everything.
Exactly.
Well, Jim, I'm gonna give you the book
Exactly.
anyway, so that you can do it at home.
No, I wouldn't. I don't know. We'll talk about this later.
Anyway, do we have? I guess we also have another news story about a boat that's pretty close to your job, Jim. Actually.
Oh.
It is in the same, near the same town. I'm gonna say, because it's not a city at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, that makes sense because there's a pretty well in the past major harbor here.
Yeah. The thing is,
Even now, it's still kind of important.
where is that news article? Well, at least a person got onto a boat, anchor got loose somehow. He drifted off.
Yeah, I know about this. You know why I know about this?
Why?
One of my colleagues works with does the whole rescuing people on the water business.
Yeah. That guy
And he was
stayed
called
like
up for
3
this.
days
Yes, he was called up for this.
on an island
Yeah.
because his boat sank.
Yeah, his boat sank and then he turned the sails into a tent and sat on that island for 2 days.
Yeah. Without any food or water.
Yeah.
Also, another thing, drones. Like here in the
What?
Netherlands, we haven't really suffered from it, but apparently Belgium is suffering from a lot of drones around airports.
Oh, that's not dangerous at all.
Well, the thing is, the airports are shut down if drones are buzzing nearby, because you are not risking an entire plane Yeah. It's really weird to see. Let's see. What else do we have? This is literally the definition of texting and driving. Apparently, in the south of the country they found 3,300 kilograms worth of cocaine. That's 3.3 metric tons. How they got it there, I don't know. And apparently, part of Amsterdam is going to be a high-risk area because of football, you know, average things. Yeah, and that's basically it.
I think so too.
So, that does leave us with one thing to say, I guess.
Yeah.
And I have to go to
This
OBS
is a
this time.
long podcast for me.
You were here for the vibes, it's fine.
Yes.
Yeah, see, I was no expert, nor did I know what's going on, but I was here.